Hi, thank you for clicking on the video. As you can see, we're jumping back into the Miss Pat show today, as per usual. If you don't like spoilers and you never seen Miss Pat, jump off of here, go watch it, and then come back. But if you don't care, we move on. Now we're hitting season 5 technically. Honestly, technically I have been going based on what piqued my interest in each season to talk about, but I realized something. There are other things and other people that I want to talk on that I haven't been able to talk on because I've been focusing on specific things from each season. Now we're talking about mainly season 5 and a little bit of the ending of season 4 today because our subject will be Brandon. But there will be some other videos pertaining Miss Pat because there are some other things that I do want to talk about. Just wanted to let you know that before we jump into it. Now, before I really dive into my feelings pertaining to Brandon's reactions and actions towards Ashley, I just want to say, so when season 4 first came out, and I was watching the first couple episodes, I don't know why I had randomly was watching, I was like, I feel like the dude who played Brandon probably has some real range on him. And then get to the final episode of season 4 and I was right. I was like, yep, I freaking knew it. I was watching that scene wow, he did so good. And I've said this before and I will say it again, they do a really good job at making you feel the emotions that's going on within the different characters, right? That argument between Ashley and Brandon in that final episode of season 4 felt so real and just so authentic. You know what I mean? They did so good. But I have an issue. Here. I still don't understand why Brandon felt so strongly pertaining the situation with their daddy. Now, I understand him wanting to make his own decisions and he wants to believe that his dad has changed or whatever. That's cool. But he got upset because no one else was agreeing with him, right? He got upset because Ashley didn't want to help this man who has never been there, who has done nothing but been a problem in their lives when he was around. You know what I mean? And Miss Pat was never silent about what this man did to her. He was a whole pedophile. I'm gonna just be completely honest. He was a pedophile up until he died, because he literally married a woman that was his daughter's age. And that tells you a lot that he literally didn't change, because that is probably just how young he could go at the age that he was. You see what I'm saying? So he ain't changed. He just was dying. And motherfuckers that's dying like to pretend that they changed for the better. But no, they didn't. If they wasn't sick, if they wasn't on their deathbed, they would be doing the same bullshit. Very active in their bullshit. You know what I mean? And so it was just very strange to me that Brandon felt that strongly pertaining to the situation. And I'm being completely honest, I don't think he was supposed to try and save him, because it's like Ashley said, he was already dead before you left the house. You was gonna get there and find out that he died anyway. You know what I mean? So you weren't supposed to save him. But I know that he was young. From what it sounded like, he was young when Miss Pat got away from the dad or whatever. And so when you go back and watch in season 1, they have two different versions. Ashley and Brandon have two different versions of Floyd, I think was the dad's name, or Lloyd. I think it's Floyd. They have two different versions that they're telling. He's telling Junebug and she's telling Janelle, and their versions are completely different. Ashley remembers the truth and Brandon remembers what he wants to remember, right? And so I think his delusion of what he wanted his father to be made him feel extra strong in a situation where he probably should not have been given that much energy. And to turn around and to treat Ashley the way that he did was so frustrating. Quick side note. In those first 3 episodes of season 5, Raven Simone, or Simone, she actually directed those episodes, and it's so Raven coded. It's like so Raven coded. Like, if you don't know what I mean, like, I'll put it this way: if you know what I mean, but you don't, like, you didn't see it when you first watched it, go back and rewatch the first 3 episodes of season 5, and you're gonna see what I mean. Like, you can tell she put her personal touch in those episodes, and I love that. You know what I mean? But yeah, we come into season 5 with him still mad at Ashley, and I'm just like, you're giving all of this energy to her because she refuses to see this man for something that he was not, right? And then he even said in the bathroom scene, he's like, well, I just thought that you were saying you didn't care for me. How the hell did you get that information? Because she's been there for you this entire time. I'm trying to understand how, because she disagreed with you going off and trying to help somebody who has been nothing but a problem for you, her, and y'all mama, like, and she disagreed with that, and she told you that she disagreed with that, and that you shouldn't have been cutting on yourself to help him out, because he would not do the same for you, and he just simply wouldn't. You know, I'm trying to understand how you equate that to her not caring about you. And it's so crazy how the mind works, right? Because he literally was giving her trash ass energy. Like, that, I disagree with Brandon's actions. I understand that you are feeling unheard and unseen right now, but to turn to the, like, one person that has literally been there with you and for you through some of the darkest times, and you like, oh, forget everything we done ever been through. You don't care about me because you don't want to help me, you know, care about our father. That's some bullshit. Like, I thought that was such bullshit. And it pissed me off how Brandon was treating her. And it's so interesting because we know that Ashley is a therapist. And in this moment, I feel like if she was talking with a client, she probably would have given the advice of communication, you know, maybe sit down, have a conversation with, you know, your brother or your sister, blah, 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 you know. But because she allows herself to be pulled into that family dynamic, and the family dynamic is not that good, if I'm being completely honest. Like, they have so much work that they have to do on themselves still. Every single person in that family, they have a lot of work to do. And I'm not saying that they're not doing the work, but they have a lot of work to do. And for her to be a therapist, the fact that she constantly allows her family to pull her back into that type of energy, when in most circumstances she's not even trying to be in that energy, like, you have to allow yourself to be self-reflective as well. Because I understand that she had her moments where she's like, hey, you know, I've, you know, said how I felt or whatever. I'm trying to show you that I ain't got a problem with you, you know, and got frustrated with the fact that you turning to me and talking crappy to me and being on BS with me because I don't have the same feelings that you have on this situation, so I'm gonna be upset with you as well. In that moment, you know, I probably wouldn't go head to head with Brandon. I would let you feel how you feel, but I'm not about to play these childish ass games with you, because at the end of the day, okay, you feel how you feel. I'm gonna let you realize that I am not the fucking enemy here. I'm gonna let you realize that I have no ill will to you, and if that mean I need to sit back and be to myself and leave you the fuck alone, then cool, that's what it's gonna be. But I'm not about to allow you to pull me into an energy that, you know, I don't want to be in. And that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what Ashley allowed Brandon to do. Now, I actually like Brandon's character. You know, he goofy, he a little slow. You know, he remind me of a couple of my family members, for real, for real. Like, genuinely, like, it is mother. You got at least one person like that in every family. I feel like everybody got at least one Brandon, you know. And I like how we see the development of him, right? Because when we first see him, he's just like, you know, just goofy and dumb. But we slowly see that, okay, he does allow himself to reflect on things. He does allow himself to try to be better in things, and be better in moments, right? Even if he messes up, even if, you know, he doesn't choose the right action at first, he allows himself to take time to try and process that, which I feel like is what everybody in the series for the most part is trying to do. They are trying to do the best that they can, right? And at the end of the day, they're all still human, and so I can't really fault Brandon's reaction to that, because he just allowed himself to feel in the moment what he was feeling, but at the same time, he was not allowing himself to fully see it for what it was. And I think when he finally read that letter, when they were in the bathroom, and he was like, I'm sitting up here fighting with my sister, the motherfucker I was in the trenches with, all because of this nigga who couldn't spell, who was very illiterate, and literally didn't say shit. His final words to me was nothing, basically. Like, he I think that moment allowed him to be like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I that's all that I have to say about it, for real, for real. That's the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video. I look forward to seeing the development. I will say this too. I actually like Brandon's relationship with Tisha Campbell's character. I forgot the lady's name. I forgot what his girlfriend's name is supposed to be, but I know that's Tisha Campbell, okay? And I actually like her as his spouse. Am I the only one that feels that way? I thought they worked pretty good together. But yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. There will definitely be other videos, because there are other things I want to talk about, but I just wanted to make these particular lineup of the Miss Pat Show videos were specifically season to season. The other ones will be a little bit more kind of a little over the place, not all over the place, but a little like scattered here and there type of information. If you made it this far in the video, why don't you tell me one of your favorite Brandon moments? And yeah, until next time, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. If you enjoy my videos, you should want to know when the next video is out, right? So hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.